Thank you for being a friend. Traveling down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow?
Hi everybody, welcome to week 6, day 2 of Positive Action. So I don't know if you recognize that song, but it used to be on a TV show called The Golden Girls.
Great show.
Which is kind of good for this week because this week we are talking about friendship and the things that it means and how we behave towards our friends and how we behave towards ourselves.
Which reminds me, I did tell Xander and I gave him my word that I would wear my Cookie Monster pants. I didn't have it on the first one, so I wanted to make sure that I said my word and made sure that I did it for him. So Xander, here you go.
Cookie Monster. Well, and in yesterday's episode, Danny had to go take care of Ace because he was kind of barking quite a bit, and he didn't seem to want to stop.
He's fine now.
So, Danny was being a very good friend to Ace, I would say.
Yep.
Wouldn't you say so?
He needed some help.
So the first part, the first step in friendship, is treating others how you would like to be treated. Now, what do we call that? Danny, what do we call that?
Treating each other. Which word are we looking for on that one?
Golden rule.
Oh, thank you, Matthew.
golden rule?
Golden
Yeah.
rule. Here's what the golden rule is.
Spin yourself.
The golden rule. Treat others how you like
To be treated.
How you like to be treated. Look at that. I'm practicing my cursive writing. Not very well, but yeah. The golden rule. Treat others how you would like to be treated.
Thanks, man.
And that is really kind of important. So if we think about our story from yesterday, if Kylie had done this, she would not have been calling people names or telling them to hurry up or being kind of rude. So, but you know what? Before you can figure out how to treat others, you have to figure out how you want others to treat you. So that's one of the things that you're going to think about in your journal writing today. How do you like to be treated at home and at school or in the neighborhood? So you need to think of words that describe how you want to be treated like others. And eventually we're going to make that into our own personal code of ethics. But we are going to listen to a story about Carrie, who learned the hard way that it is important to treat others the way we want to be treated. All right, so here's Carrie's story. It's called, I'm not sure what's going on back there, but Ace is not behaving.
He's fine.
Carrie's Rose. To Carrie, Margaret was like a grandma and a friend. She lived in a funny little 3-room house with a big yard full of fruit trees and berry bushes. Over the door was a lacy wooden arch and a covered vine Margaret called Grandfather's Pipe. It was big round, it had big brown leaves and dark brown flowers that looked just like the pipe that Carrie's grandpa smoked. But the best things were Margaret's rose bushes. They were big old-fashioned ones with pink or red flowers and had the most beautiful peach-colored roses Carrie had ever seen. The flowers reminded her of dancers, like the ones she saw in the movie, and Carrie just loved them. Carrie went to Margaret's almost every day. They talked about everything while sitting at the little kitchen table eating cookies and drinking sweet herb tea. Margaret knew all of Carrie's secrets. She was like a best friend. Do you have somebody like that in the neighborhood? Lots of people do, you know, because everybody lives so close by. You always have friends that you hang out with. Well, that's, you know, Margaret may have been older than Carrie, but Carrie kind of thought of her as a grandma. One day after cookies and tea with Margaret, Carrie headed home. She was thinking about the new peach-colored bedspread she had gotten recently and wished she had other things in her room to match it. Then, on her way out, she passed the roses and stopped. And there, just within her reach, was a perfect peach-colored rose. And without thinking, she reached up and picked the rose. Uh-oh. Her heart raced with excitement as she ran the half a block home. She was happy and proud of the rose. The rose was so beautiful and she couldn't wait to get it home. Carrie burst through the door and said, "Look what I got for my room." "How beautiful," her mother smiled. "Where on earth did you find it?" And Carrie stopped, and her mouth was wide open. She hadn't thought about it when she picked the rose. It had seemed all right, but now she realized she took something from Margaret's yard without asking. Suddenly, her eyes filled with tears and she stared at the ground. "Margaret doesn't know I took the rose." She looked up. "The roses are so pretty." And she began to cry. "I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm really, really sorry." Her mother knelt and held her close. "You'll have to take the rose back and tell her what you did." Carrie sniffled and nodded her head. Do you think that's the right thing to do, Matthew?
No. Or to take the rose? No.
To take the rose, no, but to bring it back.
To bring it back
and
and
what she
yes,
did?
that is.
Yep, we need to do that. And Carrie, her mother, continued, "This is a good lesson for you. You should always remember to treat others as you would like to be treated. It wouldn't be fun for someone to take something from you, right? That kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Yeah, it would not be fun to take, and it wouldn't be nice to take something that doesn't belong to you." Carrie nodded. They began to walk to Margaret's house together, and Carrie's mom supported her as she confessed to Margaret, who was a very forgiving friend. And as they walked back home, her mother said, "I know it was hard for you to admit that you took the rose. You were wrong to take it, but telling the truth was a very good grown-up thing to do. I am so proud of you." Ace. Oh, see, here's Ace back being kind of, I don't know. So, do have to tell you a little story about my mom planting roses. So, my mom was always envious of people who had roses in their yard. So, one year my mom decided to plant roses. And they were just sticks in our front yard for I don't know, how long was it, Danny? 2 or 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
And the roses never grew. And my mom could never figure out why the roses never grew. And then one day, she decided to dig them back up. And I was with her when she did that. And I said, "Mom, you were supposed to take the plastic wrapping off the roots of your rose bushes. So that's why they never grew, is because my mom
Did not know that.
forgot to take the plastic off the roots. We could have had roses this whole time,
Didn't know
but
that.
she left the plastic on. All right, so, like I said before, your job today is to write in your journal some words about how you want to be treated. Do you want to be treated with love, with respect, with kindness? With what other words can you think of, Matthew and Danny, of how we want to be treated?
Helpfulness.
Helpfulness, yeah.
Selfless. That's a good one.
Selfless, yes. This is like 2 lessons you've missed now. Oh no.
I know.
Yeah, so just think of some words. 4 words is all you need to describe how you would like people to treat you.
Okay.
So that is our lesson for today. May your actions always be positive ones. And we'll see you next time.